If your players are sitting around the table staring at their phones while a band of 6 orcs slowly loses 3 hit points a round, your game isn't just slow, it's broken. In modern gaming, we've been taught that every fight is a to the death cage match. Listen, in BX, combat is an ecosystem of fear. If you aren't using morale, you're intentionally making your own game boring. You're turning a high stakes dungeon crawl into a math exam. Today in the tavern, we're fixing your combat slog. We're talking about morale not as a rule you have to remember, but as the high pressure valve that keeps your sessions sharp, dangerous, and most importantly, fast. So let's dive into the 2-round combat. And let's be honest about where we are. A lot of folks coming over from 5e or other modern systems view combat as a sort of sport, right? The encounter is balanced, the math says the players should win, and everyone stays on the field until the last HP bar hits 0. Let's be honest, that is a recipe for boredom. In BX, hit points aren't just meat. They are a resource. They represent luck, stamina, and the will to keep fighting. But most importantly, the monsters have the same resource, and they value it a hell of a lot more than your players do. The biggest mistake a referee can make is assuming that every monster is a fanatic. Most things in your dungeon, from that lowly goblin to that, I don't know, veteran city guard in town, they don't want to die for a handful of silver or a challenge rating. When you ignore morale, you turn a living, breathing encounter into a spreadsheet. If you want your combats to be sharp, you have to stop focusing on killing the enemy and start focusing on breaking them. To understand why this is so vital, you have to look back at Chainmail. And no, I'm not talking about those mass combat rules that came out in the last, 2 decades? No. I'm talking about the predecessor to D&D. See, D&D didn't just appear out of thin air. It grew out of medieval wargaming. In those games, you didn't have to kill every single soldier in a unit to win a battle. You just had to make them run. See, morale was a win condition. BX carries that DNA. So when you roll that 2d6 for morale, you aren't just checking a stat, you're simulating the psychological breaking point of a skirmish. When Gygax and Arneson were designing this, they knew that a fight that lasts 10 rounds is a fight where everyone dies. Real combat is fast, it's messy, and it gets decided by who flinches first. By reclaiming morale, you aren't just playing old school. You're using the engine the way it was tuned to run. You're moving from combat as sport to combat as war. So, here's the tavern tested procedure. You can call it the 2-round rule, if you will. In a standard BX encounter, the momentum is almost always decided by the end of the second round. Think about the official triggers, right? The first death on either side, and one side being reduced to half its original strength. So if your party's fighter or dwarf clears an orc in the first 10 seconds, that's a check. If the magic user drops a sleep spell on 3 more in round 2, that's another check. By the time the third round starts, the orcs shouldn't be thinking about their next swing. They should be looking at the nearest exit. If you find yourself in round 5 or 6 and nobody has run away yet, ask yourself, why are these creatures still here? Are they cornered? Are they protecting their young? If the answer is, well, I just forgot to roll, you've added, I don't know, 20 minutes of unnecessary dice rolling to your night. Now, not every break looks the same, and this is where you, as the referee, get to add parchment and torchlight flavor to the encounter. Animals and predators, they aren't here for a fair fight. If a wolf takes 2 damage, it's probably gone. It wants a meal. It's not looking for a suicide pact. Humanoids and mercenaries, these guys have bills to pay, families to go home to. If they think they'll be allowed to live, they surrender. They offer information for their lives, or they drop their weapons and they run. Now, what about undead and constructs? The 12 Morale Club, as I refer to it as. These are the terrifying exceptions. When players realize the skeletons won't run, the pressure valve isn't there to save them. And that's how you build true dread, not with high damage, but with the absence of fear. And this is where your cleric has the opportunity to shine. The big bad. Don't be afraid to give your boss monsters a morale score. Follow. Even a wizard wants to live to cast another day. A tactical retreat makes a villain much more hated than a dead one. And now I've been addressing the refs on this so far, but I'm going to address the players now. Morale is a weapon you could wield like a longsword if you know your referee is playing the monsters as living beings, and they should be. Your tactics change. You stop asking, how do I do more damage? And start asking, how do I trigger a check? Use fire, use oil, take out the leader first, and shout for the rest to surrender. Intimidate them. If you can end a fight in one round by scaring the enemy away, you've saved your hit points, your spells, and most importantly, your time. The most powerful stat on your sheet isn't strength, it's the ability to make the other guy decide he's had enough. So what happens when the dice say they run? And this is where the adventure actually starts. A dead orc is just a loot pile. A fleeing orc is a complication. Do they lead the party into a trap? Do they run back to the barracks to sound the alarm? Right? Do they drop a heavy sack of gold to distract the party? As a referee, use the fighting withdrawal or the full route. Now, withdrawal is controlled. They keep their shields up, but they back away. A rout is total chaos. They drop everything and they bolt. Both choices create new, immediate tensions that combat to the death simply can't provide. So stop letting your combats turn into a grind. Roll the dice, check the pressure, and let the monsters live to be a problem another day. By the way, this is a collab with DM Angelo. I will link to his video in the show notes, and you can look in the bottom of the screen here, and you can go to his channel and catch his. He's doing an AD&D 1E version of Morale. Now, a huge, massive, and I do mean massive thank you to the Tavern's minions. There are over 500 minions at this time. You guys and gals are the reason I can keep putting out this daily content between live streams, long form videos, shorts. And I get to focus on procedures that make this hobby great. If you're not a member yet, think about it. You can click the join button below. If you want to support the channel, hit subscribe and check the affiliate links in the description. It helps keep the ale cold. Let me know in the comments what's the most creative way your players have forced a morale check. Until next time, keep your torches lit, your dice ready. God bless. I'll see you in the tavern.